welcome. My name is Angelina, and today we are here to do my end of month review for K-pop of the month of February. That was a mouthful. And I'm not redoing it. I haven't been feeling so well, like just mentally, I'm just like not okay. And when it came to doing this review, I was like, oh, I don't know if I can do it, And I pushed it off as long as I could, but I was like, you know what? You haven't missed a single end of month review for almost 2 years now. I believe I've been doing this for almost 2 years. Maybe it's been over 2 years. I have no concept of time. But anyways, it was a good motivator to just get up and like do it. You know what I mean? I got a new foundation. It's the NARS Radiant Longwear Foundation. I really don't like it. It's super dry on my skin and I just feel like the tone is off. But look at me. Don't look at me. Anyways, today we're here to do a super fun tier ranking of the K-pop releases for the month of April. So I will get to explaining my tiers, but before that, don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. You can also subscribe. I already said that. You can also join my channel members by clicking the join button next to the subscribe button. So I'm just going to include my explanation of the tiers from last month. Nothing really changes month to month. And then we'll get started. So let's talk about my tiers. At the top of the tier, of course, I have Big Booty Bop. These are songs that are instant loves. As soon as I heard the song, I knew I would fall in love with it. And from that moment on, I listened to the song on repeat over and over and over and over and over again. That's the essence of Big Booty Bop. Now, in comparison, right below, we have Cup of Milk. These are songs that maybe it's not love at first sight. Maybe I thought it had great potential. I ended up adding these songs to my playlist. However, we're going to put an emphasis on the fact that these songs don't have a long shelf life. So right below Cup of Milk, we have Second Gen Vibes. These are songs that I casually like. If they started playing randomly, I don't think I would necessarily skip them. If I was forced to listen to someone else's playlist, like I don't think I would be like angry at them if they made me listen to it. That's the type of vibe we're going for, just casual likes. Below this, we have It Exists. Pretty self-explanatory. Songs I feel neutral about. Right below this tier, we have Grower Not a Shower. These are for songs that, definitely not love at first sight. Perhaps I even, hated them at first sight. But nevertheless, these are songs that were definitely able to grow on me, and then I ended up liking a lot more than I anticipated. Right below, we have everyone's favorite tier, of course, YG's Dungeon. These are songs that need to go back into production. There's something that I would tangibly change about these songs, so I would personally let them go back into the vault to let them simmer a little longer. Then last but not least, we have Not My Cup of Tea for songs that I just am not vibing with. Which doesn't mean that it's not a good song. It just means that I don't personally like it. If you like these songs, then you like these songs, and it doesn't mean anything more than that. Let us start off with the debut with ILY and their song Love in Bloom from their single album of the same name. So fun fact, 4 of the members in this group are previous Girls Planet 999 contestants. The initial beat of this song sounds incredibly familiar to me. I asked a couple of people, no one could. My friend was literally singing the tune to the Tangled song, the main song in Tangled. And I was like, I don't think it's that. But at first I really couldn't put my finger on it. It was kind of like, I wanted to say a popular summer song, but it really wasn't coming to me. But at the base of it all, this song really does remind me of an IZ*ONE song. So I started thinking about IZ*ONE songs and I came to Ay. So we'll play them side by side. Maybe it's a little bit of a stretch, but they do remind me of each other for sure. This was actually recommended to me by a subscriber. Thank you so much. They wanted to show me the performance and the live vocals. And through watching the performance, I actually enjoyed the song. I was like, it has a lot of potential. But I will say it wasn't love at first sight, but maybe at like a casual like. It has, a tropical summer vibe, which I'm definitely a sucker for. But it does pack a punch in places where it needs to, with lyrics that describe an ever so fluffy love. I probably would rank it into Second Gen Vibes, but at this point, I've honestly forgotten what it sounds like. I've described it as sounding like ay, so I can assume that much. But I'm wondering if I should add like a forgettable tier or if that's just, it's like too spicy for you guys. Let me know. So next up we have Kwon Eun Bi's comeback with Glitch from her second mini album titled Color. So according to Soompi, this is a song with neuro bass sounds, having a minimalistic start and a dynamic second half. So when I heard the word neuro bass, I searched it up and I'm not I'm not sure if it's the same thing as neurofunk. There's a Wikipedia page for that, but not necessarily neuro-based. Nevertheless, I kind of assumed what kind of song this would be like. You know, just based on that description and the blue tinted thumbnail, I was expecting a kind of late 90s, early 2000s sound that really tickles your brain, shall we say. Also, the fact that it's titled Glitch painted kind of a very specific picture, so I was excited to listen to it. And the first instrumental we heard, I definitely feel like it matched exactly what I predicted. It was just those types of sounds that would really like scratch your brain. Do you know what I mean? So of course, as it was described, it did change pace a little bit, which does put me off initially. I find those songs are more growers. I tend to be a little bit apprehensive about them because it just kind of takes me out of the moment initially, but I've definitely grown to like songs like that. So it's not necessarily a deal breaker. But in this case in particular, it was incredibly intriguing, right? Because each time it would change, it was quite pleasant. It wasn't too much of a roller coaster to where you're like, you know, what the fuck is this song? And mix. Now, I can't decide if I agree that this is like a 90s, late 90s, early 2000s-ish sound. You can let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. But at least my predictions for like a sound that scratches your brain pleasantly was pretty spot on. Now, the song definitely has a confident air to it, with lyrics that basically say, I come and go, I'll decide when I do it, I might appear anywhere, stay on your toes. So it alludes to a certain uncertainty. And again, it exudes this confidence, this free will. As for its ranking, I will say it's super unique and I appreciated that aspect. You know, we're taking something that's somewhat more of a trend these days, the roller coaster trend, but it's doing it in a way, I don't know, that I found was quite pleasant. So for me, I'm going to put it into second gen vibes. Let's move on to IVE and their comeback with Love Dive from their second single album. Now, Sunbi says that this is a dark modern pop song that highlights the message of independence. The song portrays the concept of a modern day Cupid with the way the lyrics expresses how one should dive into love anytime they have the courage to love. So I actually had plans to make a music video review / reaction to this, and unfortunately it was just like it all went to shit. Honestly, I started the whole video, I literally got ready, I spent hours getting ready, setting all this shit up, putting makeup on. I put false lashes on, okay? And then I had the audacity to sit there and not say anything. I'm literally watching the music video. I'm like, I don't know what to say. The schoolgirl outfits and the hearts remind me a little bit of Twice. Reminds me slightly of their debut with 11. I was struggling to find anything to say. And you know, I don't want to get copyright claims or anything. And I'm like, I can't upload this. I literally cannot upload this. So it was a total fail because I literally had nothing to say. I didn't love the song. I didn't hate the song. I didn't have much to say about the music video. Other than that, I'm not sure how I feel about it. I would agree that so far, their songs, at least their title tracks that I've heard, seem pretty unique. I like the minimalistic vibes that they tend to go for. They just feel like songs that would maybe take a bit of time to warm up to. They're not instant loves for me, but at that same instance, I can appreciate the uniqueness that they hold. You know, I would tentatively put this in grower, not a shower, but I think I did the same for 11, and we're still holding we're still holding on to that. Despite how unique I said it was, I didn't listen to it more than once. I also don't remember what this song sounds like. We'll see, because if there's a forgettable tier, my memory is shit. Maybe maybe the majority of the songs will go into the forgettable tier. We maybe don't need that. Maybe forgettable tier would be better for, you know, the end of year reviews. But anyways, I did like the lyrics, you know, narcissistic, my God, I love it. It felt pretty iconic, like something that would be quite repeatable throughout the year, something that we would definitely remember. But otherwise, I definitely feel really neutral about this song, like incredibly neutral, to the point where I was so disappointed when I tried to film my reaction, because like, shit. I uploaded it for channel members, but still, I was like, damn. So for me, I'm going to put this into It Exists. Next up, we have the much anticipated comeback from Bigbang and their single Still Alive. Still Life. I kept searching Still Alive. I'm like, son of a bitch, nothing is popping up. Nobody likes Bigbang anymore. I was wrong. According to Sumbi, this is a memorable track with an organic and warm band sound that features a timeless melody paired with beautiful lyrics. It captures the flow of time throughout the seasons as the members of Bigbang reminisce on their youth. The description definitely sounds beautiful. Did it touch at my heartstrings? Yeah. At least the description did. I'm a sucker for bittersweet songs, and I'm a sucker for songs for whatever reason that talk about seasons. So within the song, we definitely have both. And for a little bit of background, for those who don't know, Bigbang was my first ever group. G-Dragon was my first ever bias. Though I did mistake him for T.O.P. because on Wikipedia, you know, they had the picture of Bigbang and it said from left to right, these are the members. So I saw G-Dragon, but my dumbass didn't understand left and right. So I thought he was T.O.P. because it was written as such. However, I did stop following them around 2013. The last comeback I actually remember is Fantastic Baby, which I think came out in 2012, correct me if I'm wrong. So though this marks 4 years since their last comeback, for me, I haven't super really been paying attention to them in 9 years. I have been trying to do a little bit of catch up, and I have found quite a few songs that I'm in love with, but I just don't think, you know, this holds the same meaning to me anymore, or what it could have meant to me. I don't know. I just don't feel super drawn to this song, and maybe if I liked the song a little more, that sentimental value would have touched me more. But, you know, I just wasn't feeling the beginning of the song. Really, what I loved about the song was G-Dragon and T.O.P.'s rap parts, but otherwise, you know, I just wasn't feeling it. The electric guitar sound was nice, and I did like the la 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 part, and of course we can always appreciate what a style icon G-Dragon is, but otherwise, like, I don't feel too much for this song, and I don't think I would listen to it. So unfortunately, it goes into not my cup of tea. I appreciate like the nostalgic factors, not necessarily nostalgia, shall we say, but just, you know, mentions of the past. The mentions of the past are quite bittersweet, and I appreciate the emotions that they evoke. That's the thing, like, I appreciate, you know, everything put into the song, but as a sound on its own, it's not something I like. Now let's talk about Azer's second digital single, With Trouble. So if you don't remember, last year, their debut with Elegante was one of my top 5 most played songs of the year. Also, some facts that are a little less self-centered. This group was created by a university. So they had like a K-pop department. They wanted to create a group that was formed in a non-traditional way. So they didn't go through the traditional trainee system that most idols go through, right? The song's beginning definitely reminds me of 4 Minutes Volume Up. So we'll play those side by side, but then, you know, I wouldn't mistake them from each other. Personally, I don't love this as much as I did Elegante. That was an instant love, and I do find myself feeling, again, super neutral about this. And so I'm going to put it into It Exists as well. Moving on to Onew and his comeback with Dice from his second mini album of the same name. Again, according to Sumbi, this is a pop song that compares the feelings of falling in love to a game. The lyrics express how even in a losing game, they still bet everything on the person they love. I do have to praise the music video. The acting was quirky. I loved all the imagery, the colors, everything. It was very enjoyable to watch. However, you know, fuck, it's an SM sound. I'm kidding. For real honest, this didn't seem like, you know, the typical SM sound. So if you're gonna call me an SM auntie, just no. No, but for real, the, you know, whole 80s sound wasn't really my thing. And it's unfortunately not something that I was intrigued to listen to, nor would I listen to it again. So unfortunately, I'm going to put it into not my cup of tea. Now we have Epex and their song Anthem of Teen Spirit from their third mini album. And this is a mouthful. Prelude of Anxiety, Chapter 1, 21st Century Boys. Again, according to Soompi, thank God for Soompi, this is a song that paints the story of youth who are tamed by a standardized private education system. The song sends a message to escape before they get hunted down by the system trying to tame them. So this was more of a roller coaster for me. You know, I enjoyed the energy, and then the chorus came and I didn't really like it. But then right after the chorus, I really enjoyed the rap part. And I did want to point out that this guy, his aesthetic is very reminiscent of San in his Wonderland era. So just the hair, the outfits, and even the choreography. So I thought that was interesting. Regardless, I liked like the main idea that the song kind of sounded like, just not the entirety of it. And it is quite reminiscent of an SM style song, so maybe along the lines of something NCT would release. But again, I just really hate the chorus, so I would put this into YG's Dungeon. Next up, we have Dreamcatcher's comeback with Maison from their album Apocalypse Save Us. Soompi wrote that this is a song with powerful sounds that sends a message to those who shamelessly destroy the environment in this current state of the earth, which is gradually losing its original state due to the actions of humankind. Dreamcatcher literally said, "Eat the rich." I'm paraphrasing, but symbolism is in the eye of the beholder. You know, fun fact, parrots are endangered because their environments are getting destroyed. If you want to save the cockatoos, you gotta save the trees. Anyways, this is actually like an environmentalist anthem. I thought maybe, you know, it would be quite ambiguous within the lyrics. Maybe the music video might have more symbolism towards the environment. But the lyrics are very, very clear in what they're talking about. So we have, save my home in the jungle, save my home in the polar, save my maison. Please someone fight for us. It was catchy, and I did add it to my playlist. I'm gonna give it Cup of Milk. It didn't have like the longest shelf life for me. But like, I don't know how, I liked the potential. I liked the anthem like nature of it, of, you know, somebody save us. Anyways, I liked the song, so it goes into Cup of Milk. Now we have Jessi in her comeback with Zoom, which is just a single.
I see you looking at my PIC. I know,
So this is described as Soompi as a trap hip-hop song that intuitively expresses how today's people live through moments that they can take pictures of. Fun fact about me is that out of my 3 K-pop idol interactions, Jessi was one of them. I think it was like, I don't remember. I made like a review to one of her music videos once, and like I posted like the cringiest fucking clip on Instagram of that review, and she liked it. She liked it. Thumbs up for fan interaction. But I digress. I did like the minimalistic instrumentals of the song and the confident nature that she always seems to bring forth. But most importantly, I loved the lyrics, bitch, bitch, first on your wish list. There's just something incredibly repeatable about it. And I'm not gonna lie, she got me with she's a cutie with a booty booty, because that's literally the only thing I can relate to in this song. Otherwise, I do not have the same wealth as Jessi. But then she ruined it. She literally said, ass fat, no belly. Which, if she's just like talking about herself, whatever, you know, facts, I was just like, damn, we were having such a great time. In all seriousness, my gigantic fupa aside, I wished the song would have kept the minimalistic vibe throughout the whole thing. I really didn't love the pre-chorus, but at the same time, I thought, you know, it's something I could definitely, it's not like a deal breaker or anything. So I did end up really liking the song. It grew on me, but not in a way where, you know, I hated it at first and then now suddenly I love it. So I wouldn't put it into YG's Dungeon. I think I'll just put it into Cup of Milk. It wouldn't be the first time I've ignored questionable lyrics. And surely it won't be the last. So Cup of Milk it goes. I also, of course, loved the ending with, you know, oh my god, I'm such a catfish, and it's literally Psy photoshopped onto her body. Peak comedy during these hard times. Moving on to Just Be and their comeback with Reload from their mini album Just Begun. Now looking at Soompi, they say this title track conveys Just Be's message of hope and a new start, integrating a synth sound and a future bass. The track is both extravagant and catchy. I liked the beginning. Off the bat, it was really great. It gave me the same intensity that maybe you would hear in a BAP song. My friend later informed me that actually Jungkook produced their debut or something. I don't know if he had anything to do with this song. But anyways, when the verses started progressing and so on, it sounded quite noisy, which then I understood why my friend liked it, because she's an SM stan. Don't tell anyone. However, SM slander aside, the pre-chorus was absolutely beautiful, and the chorus was nice too. I would say it felt like a mix between like NCT and BAP. I ended up liking it quite a bit. It has this sentiment of longing dramatically for something. So for now, I'm going to put it into second gen vibes, but it has the potential. I think it has the potential to grow. Next up, we're going to check out 17's comeback with Darl+ing, or Darl+ing.
You know, without you, I'm so lonely. When you're not here now, one calling.
Again, Eun says this is a pop song with an addictive chorus and unique vocal synth sounds. The lyrics capture 17's warm feelings towards everyone who is with them together. Before the song even started, I was feeling the music video. It felt very nice. And then the song started playing and it had an acoustic vibe to it. And I was just like, you know, there's something about 17 these days. I just keep biting my words because genuinely, I think Ready to Love, I honestly, no offense, didn't love 17's discography. And trust me, I had friends on that shit trying to get me to you understand. I'm a carrot by proxy. You understand what I had to go through. But since Ready to Love, their title, I know they've only had like 3 title tracks. Fuck. But I've really enjoyed them, as well as Game Boy. So don't forget Game Boy. So I've really been enjoying their title tracks recently and like consistently. I thought maybe like there's something in the Big Hit Water, but then I remembered Home Run and Left and Right. There's something about Home Run. I'm not like in love with Darl+ing like I was in love with Rock With You or Ready to Love or Game Boy, but I definitely enjoyed it. It went on my playlist. It's really sweet. It's really cute. So cup of milk, it goes. Now we have Sorn and her song Scorpio. The song touches on loneliness, in my opinion, with lyrics like, I lie awake and hear my own voice. Every night I talk to myself. But despite this loneliness, despite even being broken to an extent, shall we say, you're still a whole person. Whether I'm shattered or whole, I'm full in my soul. Shattered diamonds are still flawless. That was my interpretation of the song, which is quite similar to what Sorn described to all K-pop. She firstly said the song is about being a Scorpio. I'm born in November. I wanted to make a song that is very personal to me, adding that Scorpios have a lot that goes on in their heads. They think a lot and don't express it out loud. Just want to take a minute to have you guys guess what my astrological sign is. In the comments below, guess. I was raised by a Scorpio, but I'm not a Scorpio. That's the only hint I'm giving you. Based on my personality, what do you think? She also added that her and her producers added a lot of hidden lyrics about how I wanted to encourage my audience to love themselves, no matter what other people say about you, while also being a song about how she's struggling to find herself. I will say I do really love her voice. However, it does remind me a little bit too much of her last single. So I'm just going to put it in It Exists. Okay, now let's talk about Verivery's first full-length album, Series O, Round 3, and their song Undercover. Described by Simply as an addictive song with a repetitive guitar riff and an unexpected twist in the second half, makes the song tense and immersive. The lyrics express the idea that whether chasing of being chased, they're eventually I don't know. I rewrote that wrong, I think. I thought this was an intriguing song. And again, I would say it has some SM vibes to it. When I say SM vibes these days, because I would say there's classic SM where you're like, oh, okay, like singing in unison and like specific vocal editing has like an SM sound. But the newer SM, I think, is like very specific. And I do think is very popular. So in this instance, I think it had, the singing in unison, but without that distinct vocal editing. So you wouldn't necessarily mistake it for an SM song, but it was reminiscent of maybe SM Entertainment, like Gen 2.5. I was gonna say when SM wasn't weird, but I'm thinking about Mama right now, and as if that wasn't the weirdest fucking song that came out that year. I loved the guitar, and I also really enjoyed the pre-chorus. Though in the second half of the song, I was expecting some type of roller coaster because that's what they had described. They said there's an unexpected twist. But you know, at first listen, it wasn't something that stood out to me or anything. But overall, I did enjoy this song. I'm going to put it into second gen vibes, but I do have it on my playlist. I only listened to it yesterday. I have it on my playlist. I'm going to try to see if I'm really into it, But for now, it's second gen vibes. Next up, we have Monsta X and their comeback with Love from their mini album, Shape of Love. Soompi describes this song as having an old school vibe and catchy R&B guitar sounds with a groovy hip-hop bass, with lyrics that talk about being unable to hide one's feelings of love like a pure-hearted child, and expresses the desire to give everything to the person they love. The song also conveys Monsta X's love for fans, that they always be there for them. Sorry, my thingies. I don't have much to say. I appreciated the old school sounds, the old school R&B sounds. I was feeling maybe late 90s, early 2000s, and I liked it. It was very enjoyable. However, again, it's kind of a roller coaster of a song, isn't it? Not that it's too drastic, but it does change up enough to push me out of the experience ever so slightly. So for me, I enjoy some aspects. And because of that, I'm going to put it into YG's Dungeon. I would have I would have loved for the song to be a little bit more stable. But that's just me. These types of songs tend to need to grow on me. Last but not least, we have Miyeon from i-dle and her debut with Drive from her mini album My. Soompi describes this as a song with emotional guitar sounds and Miyeon's clear vocals, which highlights the feelings of wanting to go forward, which highlights the feelings of wanting to go forward while keeping one's own colors. The song captures Miyeon's resolve as a solo artist and conveys a message of support to those who protected themselves in the midst of difficulties. In terms of clear voice, here's the thing. I love her voice. Her voice is absolutely stunning in this song. Her voice literally is the killing point. Her whole voice is the killing point of this song. But would I call it clear? I think at times it's quite clear, but there's some type of vocal editing that just adds such a nostalgic vibe. Do you know what I mean? It started off with this kind of summer-inspired, inspirational, uplifting sound, so super intrigued. But right off the bat, I wasn't too much like, oh, I'm in love. In fact, during the chorus, I was like, I didn't know if I was impressed, but really her voice took that to a whole nother level. It just sounded super unique despite these literally being sounds I've heard before. So I definitely added it to my playlist and I do like this song. Anyways, the song is just really inspiring, really uplifting, and I'm in love with her voice. I'm really excited that she got a solo to have her front and center and we could really have her voice showcased in such a beautiful way. So, Cup of Milk, it goes. So I know, Psy. I forgot about Psy. Don't at me. We're gonna add Psy because he just released it today. So we have Psy's comeback with his 9th album and the title track That featuring and produced in part by Suga. I say in part. I don't know if that's the right phrasing, but it just says produced and written by Suga along with Psy, just so we're all clear. According to Soompi, Suga also features in the upbeat music video in which the two sing. That I like that, babe. Do what you want. Say what you wanna. What a description. Anyways, I think the song is pretty catchy, and in some parts I really do like it, but then in some parts I'm just like, would I listen to this again? I'm not sure. I'm gonna put it into It Exists. Okay, so now we're finished with the review section of this video. Now we're gonna go into my monthly playlist, which are basically just songs that I've been liking this month, whether or not they came out this month. So this is my playlist on Spotify. I noticed 2 people unliked it. So this is just like a mashup playlist of everything I've been really liking. This is by Bad Bunny. I actually saw it in my friend Sabrina's Instagram stories. She played it for I don't know why, but I really liked the sound of it, so I downloaded it. Michelle Branch, All You Wanted. I was listening to I think it was like an early 2000s playlist, and I was reminded of this. The next 2 songs, I believe I was just listening to random playlists and they came up. So this is a bunch of people. Un ratito. I hear some Portuguese in here. It's like Spanish and Portuguese, and it's just catchy. I heard this song like a long time ago. It's just called Dernière Danse by Q. Does anyone remember Saturday? This is a song that deserved so much more. The choreography, everything was fantastic, honestly. And I don't know. I just thought about Saturday. This song, most played song of the month. I don't even have to check. We can check if you'd like to. I mean, I could. Let's go. Spotify away. Top artist of the month: Shakira, Selena, Peach PRC, Mariah Carey. I don't remember listening to Mariah Carey once. Mariah Carey. Then I have Eminem, Nicole Scherzinger. I'll believe that. Luis Fonsi, sure. But Eminem and Mariah Carey? But my top songs this month are definitely Whenever, Wherever, Pepsi Super Bowl, Live Halftime Show Remix. But I was right. The song is #1. There's something about it. No offense to the original. The original is super iconic. But there's just something so satisfying about the instrumentals in this one. And how it straight up cuts to the chase. In light of Coachella, I thought back to one of the most iconic subunit songs ever. Please Don't Go by CL and Minzy. Let me know if you guys want a song about the best subunit songs in K-pop ever, because I could make that happen. I actually couldn't listen to this too much because it made me really sad. I don't know if it was like the nostalgia or something, but it just I think this was the cause of my depression. You know, probably not, but it didn't help. Oops, so Nana, Gotta Go by Soyu. In light of Queendom and just remembering Sistar songs and everything, I remembered Soyu's Gotta Go. Beautiful summer. I don't know, does it really sound like a summer song, or because it came out in summer I associate it as a summer song? But anyways, that's literally it. That's all the songs we have for this month. Was it recording? It wasn't recording. You literally saw. I was gonna say you didn't record, so you didn't see me check. You fucking kidding? That is basically it for this video. Thank you so much for making it this far. If you made it this far without skipping, then I encourage you to leave. And don't leave, you know what I mean? I'm thinking of the emoji to put in the comments. Okay, it was saved. It was just saved to my phone. Thank God. I was wondering. I want a new fun emoji. Maybe a coral reef? No, I want the melting face emoji. So if you made it this far without skipping, leave a melting face emoji alongside your comment. And don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. You can also join my channel members by clicking the join button next to the subscribe button to get access to some special features. Thank you so much once again. I will see you guys next time. Bye!